Hey guys, welcome to Cyberhunk and welcome to part 2 of this WEBDAV series. And in this video, I'll be showing how you can expose your files over the internet, how you can port forward your local server over the internet. And I'm not specifying um, you know I'm not specific about this WebDAV server itself, because you can go ahead and port forward any localhost server by using this same procedure. So let's go ahead and check this out, and let me go ahead and oops and create a new session. And now let's go ahead and check how this works. And before going forward, we have to install the OpenSSH module in your machine. Okay, you can use OpenSSH apt install OpenSSH, and after you install OpenSSH, okay, after you install OpenSSH, you can just go ahead and type ssh-r. And at this point you might be thinking, why do we need SSH as well? And yeah, we are actually going to connect through Servier.net. The Servier.net is actually a, let's say, for instance, it's an SSH server, because we are actually connecting to that web server, and we are that web server acts like a bridge to our localhost server. I will show you that in a minute. And now let's go ahead and type ssh dash h for help. Okay, ssh-help, and here we are utilizing this argument -r, that, and in that -r we have to specify the port and then the host that we need. First it's the host and then the port. Now, as I already mentioned, we are actually going to connect by using connect through Servier.net. So let's go ahead and enable restart the WebDAV server. That's not mandatory. And we are using SSH and -r, that's underline, -r, capital R, and then the 80, that's the port, and then the local host. This is the address of our local server. By this you could go ahead and port forward any local host, any local server in your device. That's what I meant earlier in this video. You can go ahead and port forward any localhost server, and localhost, and then the address, let's say, okay, now our port, that is actually our port of our WebDAV server. And after you've done that, you can just go ahead and type servier.net. That's the address that we are pointing our local server. Actually, this is the address that we are pointing to. Okay, now localhost and then the address that we are pointing, and let's hit enter, and this is basically going to initiate an SSH session with this Servier.net website, and it is actually giving us a domain. You can notice this https anscr.servier.net, and if you are going to this server, this address, you could see your local server. But I don't need this address. I need a specified address. In this case, I'm going to explicitly add an address here. Let's say ben.servier.net, and this is going to create a domain which says ben.servier.net, as you can see here, ben.servier.net, and this is what I'm trying to access. And let's go ahead and open up our browser, and let's say ben.servier.net, And while we are going through this, yes, you might get this users password option, and this is why I said this authentication is very useful, because if you're able to expose your files like this, any anonymous guys can just log into your files. So enable authentication, and then if there is any needs, you can just tell this or share with your credentials with anyone. And let's sign into our files, and you could here notice every files in our um, apologies. Okay, now we are going to, once signed in, you can just go ahead and access the files. Now in this case I'm going to access a file in my music folder, and this is actually like I have to upload uh, files to surveyor.net, and from that surveyor.net your friends can download that. So both you guys, both uh, of us will host our data, because we are like uploading files, and then your friends can download it. So both of us will host our data, and it's not interesting, it's usual, because I mean this losing of data, uh, because you have to upload it, then your friends or anyone can download it. Okay, now let's go ahead and type any file, any type of file, and basically you can download it. Okay, and this is how it works. This is how you can download files, and now let's go ahead and check how we can connect through that web server by using our cadaver. And here you can notice what's going on your WebDAV server by using this log here. You can just go ahead and type G for graphical interface. It's not a big deal. No, I'm sticking with this itself. Um, this is actually what is happening behind the scenes. Um, So if you're more interested in this surveyor.net, I have a link in the description, and you could go ahead and check those. And now let's go ahead and do some more interesting things with this cadaver. Let's close this up, and let me connect to our domain ben.surveyor.net. Okay, we are uploading our files to um, kind of uploading, uh, as I already mentioned, it's kind of a bridge. If a user requests for our web server and through this surveyor.net, then it will pass our request through our local server. Okay, as I already mentioned, if you have to if you're more interested, you can go through their blog. So now in this case I'm going to hit connect uh, to my WebDAV server. So this is basically going to ask my credentials. I have to log in with my credentials here, and that's it. I've successfully logged into my WebDAV server over the internet. It's kind of very useful if you're about to host your files, like expose your files, kind of port forwarding this. uh, you could use any other port forwarding utilities, but this is my favorite, and it is very handy to use with SSH. Then you can use ls, or our basic commands for listing and downloading files. You could download files by using mget or mget for downloading files, and mput for uploading files to this server. um, yeah, that's it for this video. I think this is going to do it for this video, and if you do have any questions about this, you can ask me in the comment section. And if you're new to this channel, you can subscribe for latest contents, and in any place, if I'm wrong somewhere, you can fix me in the comment section and let me know that. So that's it for this video, and I will meet you guys in the next video.